Greetings and welcome. I'm Rebecca Carner, Biofield tuner. Being response-able, not being responsible, but able to respond. That is the theme of today's tuning. So there's like so many, I'm just popping today. There's so many things to share. I'm also listening to a remarkable book called Breath by James Nestor, which I cannot recommend highly enough. I'm only a few chapters in. It is riveting and so informative. So I'd like to begin. I've got my 144 hertz fork. Let's just drop in together with some nasal breathing. Let's breathe through our noses together to start off this whole concept of being response able. Oh, Laura, welcome. So happy to see you. So happy to see you. Oh, breathing together in community. Welcome, welcome. Yay. Mm. Just taking a few arriving, like presencing breaths together. If you need to exhale through your mouth, that is fine, but inhaling and exhaling through the nose whenever possible, according to Mr. Nestor, at all times, is the way to be. All right, I'm going to talk about the topic just a little bit, and then we will get into today's tuning. I wanted to start with a quote, because you can't make this up, from a content creator named Sarah Landon, whose daily message today leads with, "Your body is designed for well-being. It's really important at this time that you care and nurture and love and cherish and have compassion for your physical body." Yes, Sarah, I got the same message. So on a community call on Sunday, one of our community members shared that, who is a clinician, shared the idea, or reminded us all of the idea, that a central nervous system, a nervous system that is healthy, is not constantly regulated. It is resilient. It is response able. It is able to respond to the situation, which might invoke fear, tension, stress, anger, joy, delight, giddiness, happiness, and to be able to fully be in that experience, know that you're having it, care for self whilst having whatever emotional or physical experience that you're having. It also might be physical pain, to be able to be in that, respond to it. If it needs a state change, okay, work towards that. What are your best tools or the most available thing towards that? Or just be with it and know that, like with all things, like with weather and clouds and emotions and states of hunger and any number of things, they will always change in their own rhythmic time. In an interview with Susie Miller, who is of telepathy tapes fame, she is a speech and language pathologist who has then morphed her practice to include other things. But she was really sharing that the goal is isn't to change or control what emotional state you're having. It is to know what emotional state you are having. Because that, friends, that is the emotional state. We are meaning making machines. For instance, a cold, sunny day might mean I'm tense and afraid and whatever for some people. A cold and sunny day may mean I get to go for a brisk walk with my dog and look at the trees and notice all the bark with no leaves on them. Those two things mean something very different, but the cold, sunny day is the same. There is almost arguably no such thing as objective reality. It's what we make of it. So, if we know the experience that we're having, that is the information that is contained in our toroidal field, right? In our aura, in our biofield. And that will inform the expression of every one of our 6 trillion cells or 60 trillion cells, whatever. I mean, like, I get the number wrong because it's such a big number. I can't even imagine how many cells that is. The number one influence on a particle is its field. And so knowing our field state is the number one way. Not only can we create the best well-being, know how to best nurture and cherish and care and have compassion for ourselves, we have to know what we're experiencing to appropriately respond to it. Right? Wow. Yeah, we're going to really tune into being present with this in just a moment. Wow, the field just really heated up around that, right? Being present to however we are feeling. And in that way, we can best be present. I hate to say optimize because that sounds kind of biohacking. And this is so much more fundamental than that. But that is the best way to effectively ingratiate ourselves to our present state. And in that way, that is the best expression and the best way that we can transmit agency, sovereignty, and the best imprint on the collective field. Because what is the collective field? What is our culture? What is our society, if not just an amalgamation of all the individuals? Right. Shoo, boom, right there. Okay. Enough words for now. I'm switching to the 174. Any frequency will do if it helps bring you into the present. Let's start again with breath. Breathe, inhale through your nose. And either exhale through your nose or through your mouth as a settling, as an arrival practice. And then each to the one, drop into, as David Clements says, your rhythmic breathing, which will be a slightly different rhythm for each person. Your rate of aspiration. is the gateway to arriving into your now moment, into your present real-time traffic of the inspiration, aspiration, circulation, metabolization, that your unique fractal is having, and how to best care for and steward that. Great, great. I'm turning the fork downward because I am really dropping this and creating the bridging arc with intention, magnetically and electrically, to our current host body, who is Mother Earth, right? In so many ways, we are Earth in her own way is a fractal of all that is, as are all the planets, as is our star that we call the sun, and as is us. But in that sort of incremental way, we are also then a fractal of Earth, right? It's like if you did an org chart of the cosmos. Are we are we all, sort of direct lines off of source intelligence, source organization, or is it source organization and then the galaxy and then the Milky Way and then the solar system and then Earth and then us? Yes, both and, right? And whatever your now moment is comprised of, to be present with it. If you can, anybody who feels that it is available to them, if you can sort of extend out your exhale as a real emptying, and in that way, it's to deepen the void, right? To extend the compression out that then builds capacity for a deeper inhale. One of the coolest things about having what for me is the best job in the world is that I have the coolest clients, the coolest. And one of them is a living systems business educator, among other things. And after our most recent session, in her incredibly crisp and well articulated languaging, she described that being in that living systems, whether they are organic or business or energetic, are a series of nested boundaries. And that one's influence is best expressed and transmitted into your appropriate nearest boundary. And sort of the size of that is individual and variable depending. And that if you try to transmit your energy, your influence, your transmission beyond your appropriate boundary distance, the information becomes brittle and distorted. Not that it may not be quality transmission, but it's not appropriately extended. And so, therefore, its quality will be compromised. Right. So much about being able to respond to self, to anything around us, right, is the presencing and to be able to gauge, and it's going to be a moving goalpost, right? It's not to be frustrated that that's a constantly moving boundary. It's to know that to be living, responsive, evolving, and expanding, that in expansion, it's not always to the out, to the out, to the furthest. It is a series like an inchworm, right? Or a bird flying. It is a series of expansions and contractions. That is a living system. Well done. Wow. Wow. And so again, the only thing that we ultimately, like, that phrase that is both, depending on where you are, can be so bloody annoying, and then but it is always true, is that everything is an inside job. It all starts here. Oh, I just saw the movie Hamnet yesterday, and one of the refrains in that movie was to lead with your heart, show up to things with your heart, which really informed my sweater choice today. But it's to arrive into self and to realize, am I okay? Am I okay right now? What do I need? And then sort of start to gauge. If you think of them like nested spheres or membranes, if you think of them like bubbles, if that's too abstract, if you really want to think of it like a nesting doll, one of those Russian nesting dolls. It is metaphor, right? That is a visual, a concept, so that we can visualize with our concrete minds. And it also is that. It's not like that. It is that. really good job. My breath came so much more easily. It's this, y'all. We are now more response able. Our agency, our potency, our aproposness, the quality of our transmissions can only be of their most refined quality when we are presenced in acknowledging what we're feeling. Yeah. For people who find this video now or later who are in physical pain or are in profound emotional discomfort, I really want to give a sort of concrete example. So I'm filming this in late January on 2026. And as it so happens, the southern state that I live in, Georgia, is having a weather event right now, and we're having atypically cold temperatures. And on Sunday, truly on the day of the arrival of this incredibly cold for us front, my furnace stopped working. And it brought up legitimate fear and stress and concern in my system. As it turns out, the precipitation cleared enough. Well, it didn't even clear, but it got warm enough that a repair person was able to come and he was able to repair my furnace. I mean, truly in the nick of time. But my deep felt and largely bodily experienced emotional journey to my facility not being able to be appropriate to what was coming was full body. And the people who were in the house with me, I expressed it to them. I was uncomfortable. They could see that I was uncomfortable. I was able to name and claim my emotional state. I shared with them what I was going to have to do to move myself appropriately through my fear and stress at that time. And everything wound up working out. And I mean, I dare say, like, working out well. And none of my pipes froze and all is well. But the navigation of my presencing and my responding to myself for being stressed, like, it's legit. If you are hurting, if you are depressed, angry, scared, in despair, dismay, right? Come to self, care for self there. And then only there, it's like, okay, do I have despair or fear or anger over sort of big out there things, or is there anything in my immediate sphere, in my most appropriate present sphere of influence, nested bubble of agency? Is there anything I can do directly? Okay, how can I caretake this? Because this is how we build energetic fortitude, impactful agency. Yeah. Yeah. It's not nothing. And this invisibilia that I am describing is reality. It's what makes our galaxy, our world, our culture, our cosmos, ourselves. We are making this. We are making this. We are making this. Yeah. I say that as empowerment. not as admonishment. This is how we build integrity and integrity of our field. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes. Really good. Wow, you guys, this is really, really strong. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is a joy and an honor to be here with you all. I am so happy to be here. I know I say that on many of my videos because it's true every, every, every time. Yeah. Mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. And just be. The absolutely exquisite beauty of that movie, Hamnet. The cast of human actors is stunning, and their performances are absolutely heartrending. Meanwhile, the trees, the nature that was casted in that movie changed and informed my heart so, so deeply. And there were moments caught on film of the characters being present to the rhythms and the energies and being deeply informed by them. It was so well captured. Phew, yes. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah. All right, I'm going to end with a couple of 417 and 528 harmonics to just shine. To just shine bitonally. Into the song of our hearts, into the song of our most agent field, sphere of influence, yeah. And of us being together in this miraculous now moment. Right on. Oh my gosh, what a delight, you guys. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for joining. I'm here all year. I'm here and just as long as I can be. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Laura. All right, you guys, RebeccaCarner.com. If you want to reach out for Kindred for information, if you need a touch point, and also if you'd like to book a private session or have your home tuned or have a group tuning or anything like that, I'm here. This is how we do it. Okay. All right. Have a great one, you guys. Bye.